Hello, mammals. Today we potentially have quite a long video. I watched someone else's video going over the Pokemon collection, Pokemon game collection, and I thought it seemed like fun. On this channel so far, I've talked about majority of Pokemon cards, maybe some other collections, but I thought why not talk about the thing that kind of pretty much is the main core of all the Pokemon, which are the video games. And there's a lot to talk about. So I think we're going to start with we'll move those over. We'll start with the Switch games. We'll start with the most recent stuff. Oh my god, things are falling. It's okay. It's okay. Start with the Switch. These are somewhat in no, because I wouldn't be in order, would it? We'll throw this on top. First, we'll start with the Switch. So here we go. So first, you have Let's Go Eevee. You notice the case is in terrible condition. There was a milk incident that I will not go into. The games are generally not in this bad a condition. This was a one-off. I'm thinking of getting a new case for this game. But this, funnily enough, was the first Pokemon game in a long time where I didn't get it on release date. Obviously I have it now, but at the time I wasn't as interested in going back to Kanto, to be honest. But I have played it. And, for what it's worth, I did enjoy it. I've been thinking of going back to this game. One of the standouts for me is obviously having a partner Eevee is quite fun, and being able to customize how your Eevee looks is great. And this is the game where they introduced Eevee's gender difference, where this is a male Eevee. You could tell because if it was a female one, it would have more of a flower, kind of softer pattern at the end of his tail, which is nice. I do think it's probably one of the best looking Pokemon games on the Switch in terms of mainline game. The throwing mechanics, they're fun. They can be a bit screwy, but overall, I think they're alright. People complain, but I feel like what's wrong with a game here and there? You're trying stuff out. It was fun what they kind of connected this game with Meltan and that whole thing in Go. I remember when I first saw it, we were like, "Is this real? Is this just like a glitch?" But no, I think overall, Let's Go is a nice game, really. It doesn't do anything wild, right? And it would have been nice to go back to something like the Sevi Islands. But for what it is, it's alright. The same, one memory I have for this game is that I think I got it around the time of my birthday or whatever, and I was playing it on my birthday, and I found a shiny Psyduck. I do also remember that I stopped playing this game for months, because I was trying to get, I was at the end of the game, and I stopped playing because a Zubat annoyed. I was trying to catch a Zubat in Victory Road. It annoyed me so much. I stopped playing for a while. Came back, finished it. Yeah, overall, not my favorite Pokemon game, but it's definitely a nice one. Need to get this replaced. Next, we have Pokemon Sword and Shield. So we're going to move the games over here. So Sword and Shield. So obviously, you can probably tell by my voice, and I mentioned before, I am British, which adds extra level of importance to Sword and Shield to me, and also a slight level of disappointment. So, to explain, what really quick, Shield was my first version. I prefer the idea of defense over offense a lot of the time. So, big bulky sword dog. So I've made no secret in the past. I am autistic, and Pokemon is like my number one thing in the world. It's all I really think about for the most part. It's the main thing that makes me happy. And when they showed that a Pokemon region was being based on Britain, where I'm from, a swell of emotions. I was so excited for this game. There's so many things because I'm not a particularly patriotic person, but when you see a mixture of a world you care so deeply about, and then you get to see kind of the world be shaped around a culture you recognize and locales that are based on things it really, I cannot stress how much that really meant. It was maybe people here who might be from America, where maybe that did that for you. But what's with Boston Sword and Shield? I think the art. So the art design overall. I know the graphics have issues, but the actual art design, like Wedgehurst, I love Wedgehurst. So you look at Postwick, right? Amazing looking places, so cozy. And then this is where a bit of the disappointment comes in. So we obviously finally got a British Pokemon region, and while the art design was great in a lot of places, there of course were disappointments that came with Sword and Shield. First of all, on Dexit, I don't care, to be honest. Because a lot of the time, like, I understand you don't always get to use your favorite Pokemon, but this is coming from like a Pokemon nut, right? When I play a new Pokemon game, I want to play with the new Pokemon. I'm not too fussed about bringing all of my old Pokemon back into the game when I'm not even going to use them anyway. Now, I understand that this is different for everybody. Some people may want to bring back their Swampert from Pokemon Emerald into Sword and Shield and mess about with it. But like, it's just not as much as a factor to me. I want to learn about the new Pokemon. I want to try those out primarily. But in terms of the other issues, so like some areas are woefully small. The biggest offender in my mind, I don't know why I'm still holding that. The biggest offender really is Balonia, which is like in my mind like a magical, amazing place that I want to be real desperately. You know, this very glowing forest in the town in the middle of a forest, right? It's impeccable to me. The vibes are immaculate. I want to live there, but in reality, in game, it's just a U-turn. And then of course, then there's I can't remember name right now. You know, Pierce's and Marnie's town where it's just a corridor. There are issues like that. But Sword and Shield also did something very important to me that I can never get over. And that is the chanting in the music. So you may have seen, if you check the channel, I've got a playlist where I've got all of the chanting from all Pokemon games kind of in order because it makes me really, really, really happy. So in my mind, right, before Sword and Shield came out, I envisioned my perfect final battle against the champion, and it was, you know, this big stage, probably late at night. The lights flare on, the champion pops up, the crowd's cheering, and then they sing along as you battle, and that's exactly what happened. And I cried quite hard, in fact, because it felt like one of those moments when I got exactly what I wanted, and I don't think, you know, I think everyone can agree. Like, you don't always get what you want. It's very rare you get exactly what you wanted, and Leon's fight was that for me. And the crowd chanting in the gym. My kind of like mindset on it all is that in a battle, right, you want to do well, and then you're doing so well in the battle that the entire crowd gets so hyped they want to cheer you on. And in my mind, then it's like, oh, they're cheering me on. I want to perform even better. So it gives this amazing level of symbiosis that comes with, like, you know, you want to do better, they want to do better, and you do better. It's so cool. I love it dearly. We cannot forget that these games also brought about Snom, my beloved little angel. My team I have for this game, so I had Cinderace. I love bunnies, so had to go with Skull Bunny. I was so happy to have a bunny Pokemon. And then there was Runerigus. I adore ghost types, and overall Yamask, Cofagrigus a lot. I had a dream. This was around the time where things were leaking. I had not yet seen Galarian Yamask, but I had a dream about a purple Yamask, and that's what we got, which is weird. That was Alcremie. Adore Alcremie. I didn't get to use his Gigantamax form, but it's so cute. It's so cute. And now we get to see more of it in the Pokemon anime because can't remember his name, but a really cool guy who makes food the on the airship. We get to see more of his Alcremie. Amazing. Appleton. I adore Appleton with all my heart and soul, and I love Applin. This chubby little grass dragon thing, this cake dragon. It's baby. Those Frostmoth because Snom, and for some reason I can't remember the last Pokemon. Barrascuda. That's the sick thinker. Barrascuda. He's just this funky looking fellow that I can't help but adore. I was a bit annoyed when I caught Aracuda in Holbury where you battle Nessa, but then I didn't realize you had the fishing rod from the very start, right? So I didn't realize I could have gotten one right outside of Magnolia's house. But overall, Sword and Shield, I got this as well. I bought this because I wanted Sword and I couldn't be bothered buying the DLC on top of that, so I just bought them together, and I knew this would get a bit rare. So I thought it would be a fun little kind of history thing to have. In terms of my thoughts on the DLC, they're alright. I didn't go all in on DLC like I tried to more so with Scarlet and Violet, which we will be talking about later. This is probably going to be like a 50-minute video. We are 2 games in. But yeah, the Isle of Armor, it was okay. well, I did some reading up, and apparently, the kind of theme they got. So obviously, it's Britain, but they're going with a more Chinese kind of vibe. Apparently, like Kung Fu was very popular at one point. Yeah, I used to do Taekwondo when I was little, but I couldn't continue it because I had bad legs. Um, anyway, and then with the Crown Tundra, that was neat. That was cool. Calyrex is a fun character. I love Spectria. The little design element where its hooves and his body's actually disconnected from one another, and it's just this fun ghostly emo horse. As a lover of like gothic and still that kind of stuff, it tingled a part of my heart. I didn't really do much of the max raid dens. Really, I didn't do much of those because they're kind of hard on your own. They're kind of annoying. So I didn't do much of those, but of course, being able to get the Reggies, I love Regieleki and its little cute like hop animation. I adore it. It looks like a little tutu. It's adorable. But yeah, I didn't do too much with the DLC. It's funny recently. I was thinking about Sandaconda, and thinking about Sandaconda made me want to replay Sword. So I did, and it was going great. But then I wanted a curry hunt for Cobra. So when you do curry, when you make curry in Sword and Shield, there's a chance of wild Pokemon will pop up. But the annoying thing about it is that the Pokemon that are going to pop up, the encounter rates are inverse on what the actual encounter rates are. So I was doing it on the route before Stow on side, so before Alistair and B are right, B for this game. And Silicobra is the most common Pokemon on the route, meaning for Curry, it was the rarest Pokemon. I just stopped doing it eventually. And I thought, oh, screw it, we'll go back, we'll play a bit more, I'll just get Silicobra normally. The save is just gone. That's not the first time you're going to be hearing that in this video. But yeah, so I have to restart completely again. Quite disappointed because I was using a Greedent. I adore Greedent. In fact, over here, I have some Greedent cards. Oh, I have to make sure that doesn't get on video. I don't want my address shown. But I bought some Greedent cards recently. Adore Green with all my heart and soul. Mixed with Cheek Pouch. Oh, I'm just going to make sure that's well away. Cheek Pouch, which I believe you get a bit more health when you consume a berry, and then whatever berry heal HP. And then I got a Greedent or a Squirvet with Belly Drum. A lot of fun. Anyway, my overall opinions on Sword and Shield are: I do like Galar. The music is really great. I just wish they could have done more. And then, actually, something I wanted to do with this video, there's not much to see here. I wanted to go on, check the insides of each of these games as well, and kind of like little inserts that came with them at the time, because pretty much all these games, well, at least all the modern ones I got on, release date. And just so to kind of, look through what they were advertising at the time. So Gigantamax Meowth, which I believe my younger brother used on his team. And then the Sword and Shield map design, I think, has become quite iconic. I've noticed a lot of fake mon artists, they use it because it's nice and sleek. What next? So we have Shining Pearl. So I got this and it was okay. I think the fundamental issue is that I've said this for a long time. Diamond and Pearl are some of the worst Pokemon games to exist. Platinum's a different story, but Diamond and Pearl are just not good, really, because the Pokemon diversity. I know they fixed that with the Grand Underground, but so in most Pokemon games, I spend about 100, 200 hours in them. This, I only spent about 40, and half of that, I kid you not, was just me going in the underground. I really, really, really love the underground. I could just mindlessly do that for hours and hours. I'm not even looking very specific. I just like playing it. It reminds me of, when I was younger playing it. It's not necessarily just nostalgia. It's a lot of fun. But the most notable thing to me of this game, what's the team I used? I used the Sand team. So I remember Chuck Connery mentioning on the potential Sinnoh has for the Sand team in his Pokemon Platinum playthrough years ago, and using myself. But I used the Jirachi in it because if you have certain games, you can get Immune Jirachi in Floroma Town. So I used Jirachi, which was fun because it was also low level. I wish we had opportunities to use legendaries more throughout the playthrough, because I personally, in my mind, a Pokemon Master is someone who's used and experienced like every Pokemon, right? So I want to use them all, and that includes legendaries. But using legendaries can kind of be a pain in the ass because they're all so high leveled, and near the end of the game. That reminds me, I have a Genesect I got the day Black and White 2 came out that I've got waiting for a playthrough. Anyway, on the inside, so I believe this is different if you got Brilliant Diamond, I forget their names, where it's the general Sinnoh map, but of course this is the Grand Underground. it's fine. And then immediate advertisement then for Legends Arceus, which we will to be talking about next. Oh, there we go. So you need Sword and Shield to play to get Jirachi. I also did get the Mew because, of course, we've seen the Milk Incident. Milk Incident. Let's go Eevee. Yeah, but overall, my like, long story short, it probably is the worst Pokemon Switch game in terms of like main series. It's like people give Let's Go like hell, but like it don't deserve it. Like these, I hope they don't do Black and White, Black and White too. Let's move all of these. Oh, did I show the inside of this? I can't remember. No, just I want to show the inside of these as well. Just a nice shield design. There was a 50-50 chance, and I messed it up. Nice insignia on the back. So, well, I've got new what's up there, but let's go over mainline primarily. So then we got Legends Arceus. Legends Arceus, overall, I think is a wonderful game. I understand people think it's kind of like a tech demo, and I get that, but I cannot express the level of just joy I felt when I threw a Pokeball for the first time. I've always wanted to be able to do that. It's just good feeling. And like, yeah, the overworld stuff can get a bit annoying sometimes if you're trying to rush about. But like, just being able to interact with the Pokemon world in such a different way, and again to be able to throw Pokeballs, I cannot stress how amazing that was to me. And of course, getting the Hisuian forms was great as well. Like, what was my team? I used Hisuian Decidueye, which was wild, by the way, getting that for Pokemon just came out a gen earlier. Basculegion, love Basculegion. Hisuian Guja, my baby. And I can't remember the rest right now. And it's been a bit, but like, I like Hisui. The music's incredible, right? Like Jubilife Village, as that theme, it progresses more as you continue the game. It's wonderful. It really is. It's got such a nice warm vibe despite being in such a cold part of the world, right? So like Hokkaido, which might be named differently around that time when or was that or was already around the time but it's been mostly taken over. I don't know. But really, really did like Legends Arceus. The Spiritomb quest was a pain in the ass. But like overall, just the atmosphere of it, just being able to run around, it really was a wonderful experience. And I guess I have a bit of a story with this game. So Arc is like, seek out all Pokemon. So I'm like, I will seek out all Pokemon, right? But then I got confused about something, and I thought I had to get every single Pokemon to research rank 10. And that's the story of how I spent about 100 hours in this game in like under a week. Because I was just doing this. I would wake up, play Legends Arceus, go to sleep. I later found out you do not need to get research rank level 10 on every Pokemon. That's how you get the shiny charm. But yeah, I that's what I did. And to be honest, there were some annoying things like having to wait for like whatchamacallums, like the time space distortions. But overall, it really was such a fun game, and it's still a fun game. My only issue going back to it is that again, I want to use like every Pokemon, so I don't like using duplicates. And I've largely used a lot of this general Pokedex and the new Pokemon included. Oh, I used Azurian Zoroark as well. Love Azurian Zoroark. Just interrupting myself. And an Amorous. An Amorous needs more love. I love an Amorous. It looks like a Cartoon Network character. And it's pink. I love her. She's an icon. But the 100 hours I spent in this game, I loved all of it. It is such a wonderful game, and they're advertising the other one here. And we get a nice map of Hisui. Oh my god. And you know what characters I really love that came from Hisui? I can't remember her name, but there's Flint's ancestor. She's wonderful. Oh, how could I forget? My beloved Kaguya from Hisui. She's most probably dead now. But, she was an icon in her time. I love Kaguya a lot. And then let's have a look through these. I didn't realize you need these games to get these. Of course, being able to get all the Pokemon in one dex in one game was really quite incredible, I thought. Because would you look at it, Pokemon are doing what everyone else does 20 years late. But, like, it was nice to be able to get everything in one game, even if you needed some other games to get these, which is unfortunate. I don't know anything about these in Brilliant Diamonds and Shining Pearl. I didn't mention is that we did have events to get these two in those games, but now they are gone. So if you wanted to shiny hunt these, like I was maybe thinking of shiny hunting Shaman, there's no choice now. But yeah, leave that. These are nice little events. I believe if you do Shaman's one, it shows the start of what Floroma Town would become. But but yeah, they've got a little card advert on the back. What sets it advertising? I don't I don't know. I don't know. But overall, Legends Arceus is a wonderful game. And I'm very much looking forward to CA because I wish we had a bit more time with Kalos. Oh, and I forgot the steel case, which I believe I had to pre-order this on Amazon. Yeah, I can't remember. But it really is quite wonderful. Pikachu cheeky little thing looking backwards, but it looks wonderful. It looks great. And the inside, which again, it's just some really wonderful art. What's that say now? Steelbook.com. Kind of weird, bro. But what I use the Syrian Arcanine, I'm pretty sure, because Growlithe is such a wonderful little lad. Next, we have. Oh, I'm just going to make sure these games are. This is going to be such a clean afterwards. We have Scarlet and Violet. Like most Switch games, divisive. What I will say, I know it's got a bunch of glitches. I know there's a bunch of bugs and issues. But can you sit there and tell me if you played this game, this isn't one of the funnest Pokemon games that's ever been released? Before this, so like I'm really not a fan of open worlds because I've genuinely, and I mean no hyperbole here, I've got really, really bad directional blind. Like I'm bad directions. Think of Zoro from One Piece or Leon even from Sword and Shield. I have a funny way of just going the wrong way. Like there was this one time I was playing Risk of Rain 2 with a friend, and he watched me U-turn because I got a bit confused, and I ran in a completely opposite direction. Now, this did make does make open worlds a bit concerning for me, so I was a little bit concerned going into this, because I feel like open world's been done so much now. But for Pokemon, it was so much fun. Be able to run around on Koraidon, who I much prefer. Scarlet was my first version. Um, it was just so wonderful, right? Just being able to I do wish we could have caught Pokemon like in Legends, but like it's not the worst. Paldea overall, it's a nice enough region, right? One thing I don't know, this is going to sound bad or not. I want Paldea to have more stereotypically Spanish music, and I mean like what are they, castanets? Is that what they're called? I love how they sound. I love how kind of like more flamenco music sounds. If you want to hear a really good idea of like what Scarlet and Violet's main song should have been, I believe was it the Zame or Stephen Mix, one of those, did a rendition of it, and I adored it. I still like it, still adore it, but it's so good. I do wish we had some more traditionally kind of, maybe stereotypically wasn't the best word, traditionally, which is say Spanish music. But overall, this game is stupid fun. A bunch of great characters. Frey Coco, look at him. He's a fat little idiot. I love him so much. I cannot express how much I truly love Frey Coco. But overall, it is a bit of an issue to me that there isn't level scaling in this game. I think it's an open world. It just makes sense to do it. Since we've seen other games like, fan game, Pokemon Crystal Clear, do it. Maybe they just weren't sure they could do it. But like, if they do it again, I really want level scaling. My team for this game was Skeledurge, because, well, obviously. My mind just drew a blank. Can you believe it? So Skeledurge, Killer Watch Roll, and Dashbund. Love Dashbund. I adore these Pokemon. I don't know why I forget them. We'll see as we. Oh, Clodsire. The second I saw Clodsire leaked, I fell in love. Pure love. And I used it, and I can't remember the other two right now. Oh, Tatsugiri. Okay, so we're just missing one now. Tatsugiri's just a funny little fella, But one thing. So like, it's not like I'm really taking away from the game, but like one thing I really did love about this game, apart from Katie, was Area Zero. It is such an alien place for Pokemon. When that music goes in, it truly feels like something we never experienced in this series before, and that's really special to me. That they did something so weird, and the Paradox Pokemon are great, right? I think overall, Scarlet Violet is again some really fun games. whenever I go on this game to get an event, I always do a bit of shiny hunting. I haven't got a whole lot of shinies. There's a number of shinies from this game I still want. Like, I really want shiny Bombardier. Bombardier? One of those two. But, again, just open world it really does add to the game, I think. If they just got why is there psychic energy in here? Huh. I have no idea why that's there. But yeah, if they just got the level scaling down, I think it would be even better. It's just a stupid amount of fun. I like doing the classes as well, right? I got to learn from Rifle. Love Rifle. And Parent, we love Parent. And I guess we'll look at this first and I'll talk a bit about the DLC. But then, of course, the Pikachu you could get. And is there another card? It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card! Danger's Disturbance Disorder. For the Danger archetype. I don't know how they got in there. I guess it's explaining the apps or the other games on Switch. I got most of these. Haven't got Let's Go Pikachu. Haven't got Pokémon. But displaying the apps. And it's the same on the back. Just wait, is one of these? Okay, I don't know. And it means, but it's not English. Nearly said New Zealand. That would have been bad. As for the DLC, I bought this for the same reason I bought. So mostly it's because, well, normally when Pokemon games come out, me and my brother get them, but he takes a long time to get the Pokemon I want. So I thought I'll just get the game on my own. The DLC version as well costs a bit more, but I thought maybe this get rare, so it's a good idea to have it, if I wanted it. The DLC in this game, I think, is leaps and bounds ahead of Sword and Shield. Kitakami was just great atmosphere wise. Like the main theme of the land of Kitakami is really quite wonderful. And like I kept thinking to myself, like, wow, it's nice just not being in Paldea. Paldea is great and all, but just being able to do this open world kind of idea somewhere else, right? It really was quite nice. One thing I forgot to mention about Scarlet Violet, actually, I'm gonna lower the camera down a little bit. Was that when I started it, I didn't feel it as much for Sword and Shield, but there really was a sense of magic for some reason. The music in go something like the first path, where you meet your starters and you go down to Nomona's house. It really was a sense of magic that I haven't felt for other Pokemon games. I do love them, but it's a different kind of feeling, right? But anyway, the DLC, Kitakami's great. We love Ogerpon. She's the best girl, right? Adore an Ogerpon. I think Kira and Carmine are fun enough. Carmine is a straight racist. At the start, we don't like racists, but she gets better. People can grow and change. And seeing Kieran's arc obviously is quite concerning in Kitakami. But like the new Pokemon they added, like Sinister and Poltergeist, are real fun. The lousy trio, Petulant. The Petulant storyline on top of everything is really nice. Getting to spend a little more time with the main characters, Nimona, Penny, and Arthur, and finding out that Penny is related to Peonia. No, it's just can't remember his name right now. Feel bad about that. But find out she's because we already know she's from Galar, right? But knowing she's related to an ex-champion and that her uncle is also in the business of running evil teams, it's quite fun. And then in terms of the second DLC, so going into it, I thought, okay, Blueberry Academy's gonna be fine. Gonna fly through that. Then let's really dig into the deep area of Area Zero. I was so looking forward to going deeper into Area Zero and seeing everything had to offer. If you played it, kind of know how it goes. My feelings, inverse. So what ended up happening was that I really, really enjoyed Blueberry Academy and hearing all the Unova references. As I tend to do with Pokemon, I ugly cried when I heard the Blueberry Academy battle theme. I was like, oh my god, they did it! They did Unova, and the battle, and then the wild battle theme is wonderful, and then all the other kind of references they put on there. Like in terms of just like running around the map and listening to the music, I think Blueberry Academy has my favorite of all of like the areas in Scarlet and Violet. It's wonderful, and then when you go deeper down to Area Zero, frankly disappointing. I wanted more from it. I really, really did, because Area Zero is such a mysterious, kind of odd area, something we've never kind of seen in Pokemon before, and I feel like they could have just done more. The final fight with Terrapagos is great, right? And just like the battle theme, seeing Kieran's growth is wonderful. But um it's just I just wish there was more. Just wish there were more. I am somehow half an hour into this video and I'm still on Switch games. I thought that this was gonna be 50 minutes for everything. This is gonna be multiple parts. I'll just record them all today. And then of course, the extra DLC code I got for 100 Pokeballs. But like Scarlet and Violet overall, this is so much fun, right? And if they keep going in this direction with open world, I'm pretty confident it will stay this fun. If they could have level scaling, it would make a world of difference, I think. Forgot to mention, Sword and Shield, other characters I really love. Clara, we love Clara. We love a toxic woman. Sounds so bad. Melanie and Clara, we love them. And then I guess the final game to talk about, it's not going to take long, because I haven't finished this game, is New Pokemon Snap. Wanted this for a bit, got it, and then I tried playing it, and while it is fun, and I love seeing Pokemon in a more natural setting, right? Seeing them act like creatures. I live for this stuff. I love Pokemon Slice of Life. I love seeing Pokemon in more naturalistic settings. It's just the gameplay is a little repetitive because you got to do the same levels over and over again. I know things change and grow slightly as you keep going, but drove me a little mad. But I think this is a game I'll go back to and play chunks of here and there, but never like one long sitting. The game, of course, is gorgeous, especially by Pokemon standards, and we love that. So, anyway, that's all of the Switch games I wanted to talk about. Again, quite shocked that I talked for half an hour about the Switch games. I thought I would get this done. We're gonna zoom the camera out, just put it up. I thought by now I would be on to the DS games or something, but we're not. So this is going to be multiple parts. If you enjoyed this, please, if you're interested, why not watch the other ones I've got coming out? And if you enjoyed this yapping, you're gonna get more of it. So I'll see you next time.